Josh Green here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by Kiaran MacDonald here at the Institute of Sport in Sheffield. How are you doing, Kiaran?
Doing great. Just a little media day for ready for the qualifiers that's coming up in Krakow. Everyone's buzzing in the gym. It's such a great thing to be a part of. Just can't wait to get out there and get started.
The atmosphere in here must be absolutely incredible at the moment, with the athletes achieving what they have to get to the European Games, and some of you are going to achieve the dream of getting to the Olympics.
Yeah, it's the thing. That's why we're all training so hard in here. We all want to be up on these walls, as you're probably seeing in the gym. We all want to be Olympic medalists. This is just the start of the path for us. Get qualified now, take the pressure off, and go and enjoy the games next year.
How much of an inspiration is that, having these names up on the wall? All you have to do is look around and there's gold and silver medalists and current world champions in the professional game. How much of an inspiration is it?
Oh, it's massive. You know, when you turn on Sky Sports every week, you see someone who's at least been part of the squad or been to Olympic Games. For myself, you know, like of Tony Jeffries, who's on the wall. He's from my home city. That was the reason I got into boxing. So all I have to do is look up, and there's someone from right on my doorstep at home who's achieved it. So I just want to emulate his success.
Not just Tony as well. In the northeast in general is booming at the moment. Spoke to one of the guys earlier at Birtley Boxing Club. It's absolutely incredible up there. The likes of Josh Kelly is well on his way back, obviously a Sunderland native as well. The northeast seems to be a real strong spot at the moment.
Oh, it is. The northeast is a hot spot for boxing talent. It has been for years. It just took a little while for the media to get up to the northeast and find it. But we've always been there. You know, we've always been working behind the scenes, and it's just coming to fruition now. You know. The last Olympics, you had obviously the McCormack twins, Josh Kelly before that with Pat, and then you go back like your Tony Jeffries and things. We've always been there. I'm just the next step on the ladder to obviously emulate that and keep inspiring the next generation of North East talent.
Do you feel a sense of responsibility there with that? Because you say Josh and Pat and even the likes of French and others that have followed the same path of you. Is there a sense of responsibility to follow what they've done and they've achieved?
It's just one of them things. It's great to keep the North East relevant in the boxing world. I feel like that's all we deserve, you know, just a bit recognition for what we do, because we work really hard. All the names you've just mentioned. But for me, it's just about inspiring the next generation, you know. This hasn't come as an overnight success. You know, I've been on the JB squad for 7-8 years now. I've done the full of the last cycle and a little bit of the Rio one. I got on when I was 17-year-old, so I was young, you know. And now it's just all coming together nicely at the right time. Start to find my man strength, start to tweak a little bit, tweak some of my downfalls and turn them into uphill, you know. And I feel like we're getting great momentum at the minute, and I can't wait to get started.
You mentioned there it's been a long journey for yourself, 7 or 8 years, and you've seen athletes come and go up to the pro ranks and other ventures as well. Having got all of that experience behind you and been able to work on everything throughout that time, do you feel like you're now in the best position to go and achieve your dream?
Oh, absolutely massive. Obviously, just even at my weight category, there's world champions there now who's just been on the squad, or you even go as close as looking at Galal Yafai. Obviously went on to win gold at Tokyo. But that wasn't always just a one-way battle. You know, I've learnt a lot from Galal, and he's probably learnt a lot from me on the way. I helped him to success, but he's also helping me. So that's why this gym is great. You know, he's even training as a professional, so I still get that work in. And he proved that he's one of the best amateur fighters in the country. In the world. Sorry. So if I can just emulate what he's done, I'd be well over the moon.
How valuable is the experience of sparring with Galal and even just talking to him and gaining insight as well, because the amount he achieved in the amateur game here and the amount he's now achieving in the professional sport as well, say 10-rounder in his first fight, huge amount he's achieved.
Yeah, it's massive. International amateur boxing's different to national boxing, so he's got heaps of experience in that, so that's where you need to get it from, you know. Because when you're younger and you're coming through from the national side, you don't really see a lot of the international side styles, you know. And he's competed against them all and beat them all, to be honest. So, and then if you can match him in your sparring, which we'll give each other hell for leather, as we'll probably say, it's all going to stand me in good stead for the future. Like you say, he's jumped at the pro ranks at a fast pace, and that's what everyone here expects and wants. Obviously, we don't want to be hanging about. You know, we'll compete against the best every month, I would say. You're in with some of the top fighters in the world. You know, your Kazakhs, your Uzbeks, your Cubans, whatever. So then when we do turn professional, but sort of have that little leapfrog and learn on the job, learn as we go. You know.
When you look at Galal's pathway that he's taken, is that the pathway that you want to follow in not so long? You want to be doing exactly what he's doing now?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's not that many super flyweights out there as professionals anyway, or bantamweights, I would say. So for me, I want to obviously win Olympic gold. That's been my dream as a child. That's why I'm still here now. And like I say, when you turn professional, you don't want to fight a lot of journeymen. You want to find your feet fast and develop at a good pace. And you're obviously going to push yourself as far as what you're ready. You're not going to just jump into the big fights or whatever. But you don't want to be hanging around. You know, if you spend so long in the amateur game, you're sort of playing catch up a little bit. But if you, like I say, you've experienced everything, you're talented enough and you believe in yourself, why not give it a go and jump straight in with the big fighters, you know?
The lower weights probably don't get quite as much attention as your heavyweights and your cruiserweights, but I think gently now, over the last couple of years, we're starting to see a little bit more with the likes of Sonny Edwards coming up, obviously Galal as well. Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah, I mean, we're just starting to see now why the flyweights and super flyweights probably is one of the best divisions out there. Not only nationally but internationally as well. Some of the British flyweights are the best in the world, you know. And I feel like now they're starting to get headliners like we're saying with Sonny Edwards last weekend, and it's only what we deserve because we put the same work in as what the heavyweights do. So it's only fair, you know. And obviously if we can start working towards getting paid equal and everything, everyone's happy, you know. If you can sell a fight and if you're good enough to be a headliner, then why not? Because sometimes the boxing ability is a lot higher, you know. Not just for boxing fanatics, but just for the general public. It's exciting to watch. And the more names that come through these ranks, like you say, the more big British domestic fights we can have.
That's an interesting point you make there. Do you feel like the pay at those lower weights should be raised to match the likes of your heavyweight champions, your cruiserweight champions?
Yeah, I mean, I believe it does, but obviously it's I'm not delusional. You know, it's what the media draw is. If you're not drawing many, you're not going to get as paid as well. You know, if you're not pay-per-view fight, you're not going to get pay-per-view money. You know, but like for some of the flyweights, like you're saying, like your Cesar Martinez and things, he's dominating. So then if he comes over and fights, you know, your Galal Yafai or your Sonny Edwards, whatever, then why shouldn't that be a pay-per-view fight? You know, where everyone make a bit extra. But I believe in time it'll come because the division's booming right now and it's only going to get better.
Final one for you on Sonny Edwards himself. Fought over the weekend in Wembley to retain his world championship. A man that divides opinion, I think it would be fair to say, with what he has on social media, and he's very much a Marmite character. What have you made of, firstly, what he's achieved and his character as well? Because he definitely captures the imagination.
Oh, I mean, he's obviously a super talented fighter, isn't he? Obviously, you can't deny that. He's good at what he does, and to be fair, on his personality side, he sells himself well. He does what he has to do to sell himself. I mean, he has a lot of Twitter trolls and etc. But I think he just enjoys it. I think he just does that for a bit of banter, to be honest. He doesn't need to do any of that, but that's just who he is, and he obviously does his talking in the boxing ring, you know. And we all saying that at the weekend. He makes fights look boring because he's just dominating how easy they are. But like I say, he's going to step up now, and we're going to start seeing if he can rise to it, which I generally believe he probably can. But best luck with him in the future. You know, he wants to go 2-weight world champion, which is happy days. And then obviously my time will come. Hopefully one of them belts is there for me eventually.
I'm sure it will be, mate. Well, cheers for your time, Kiaran. Really appreciate it, and best of luck in the coming weeks.
No worries. Thank you very much for your time.